In a quiet village surrounded by lush green hills, there was a river called Oji. The villagers believed it was no ordinary river. They said Oji could see into the hearts of people and that it swallowed anyone who did evil. The fear and mystery surrounding the river kept everyone on edge, but no one dared to challenge its powers. The story of Oji had been passed down for generations, and everyone knew one thing for sure: you couldn't escape its judgment. One bright morning, the village awoke to a shocking event. A well-known farmer, Chike, was missing. His boat was found near the riverbank, but there was no sign of him. Whispers spread quickly through the village. Some said Chike had been stealing from his neighbors, taking their crops in the dead of night. Others said he had wronged a widow by refusing to return a piece of land he had taken unfairly. The elders gathered by the river and said, "The river has judged him. Oji never lies." The villagers were both frightened and amazed. Some wondered if the river truly had the power to punish evil, while others were skeptical. Still, no one dared to speak against the river. The story of Chico spread beyond the village, and soon neighboring communities were talking about the mysterious Oji River. People began to tread carefully, watching their actions and words. Then, another strange event happened. Ada, a young woman, had been accused of lying about a debt owed to her by a merchant. She had gone to the river to wash her clothes, but she never returned. Her basket and clothes were found on the riverbank. The merchant, who had denied owing her money, suddenly confessed, saying, "Oji has taken her because of my lies. I cannot bear the guilt anymore." This confession sent shivers through the village. People began to believe that the river was not only powerful, but also fair. It seemed to bring out the truth in people, even when they tried to hide it. The village grew more cautious. People became kinder, more honest, and more careful with their actions. Parents used the river's story to teach their children to do what was right. "Remember," they would say, "Oji sees everything." One day, a wealthy trader named Obina arrived in the village. He had heard about the river and laughed at the stories. "A river that judges people? Nonsense! It's just water," he said, waving his hand dismissively. Obina was known for his greed and deceit in his business dealings. He would often cheat people, taking more than he gave. The villagers warned him to respect the river, but he only laughed louder. One evening, Obina decided to test the river. He stood at its edge and shouted, "Oji, if you're truly powerful, show yourself." The villagers watched from a distance, holding their breath. Nothing happened at first. Obina smirked and turned to leave, but just as he stepped away, a strange ripple spread across the river. It was as if the water had come alive. The ripple grew larger, and before anyone could react, Obina was pulled into the river. His cries for help echoed through the hills, but no one could save him. The village was silent for days. No one dared to go near the river. The elders gathered and prayed, asking for the river's forgiveness and guidance. They believed the river had proven its power once again. "Oji does not seek to harm," the chief elder said. "It only seeks to cleanse our hearts and protect the balance of our community." From that day, the village changed. People began to hold regular meetings to resolve disputes and address wrongdoings openly. They created rules to ensure fairness and kindness among neighbors. The river became a symbol of justice and truth, and its legend grew stronger with each passing year. But Oji River remained mysterious. Some said it was alive, a guardian sent by the spirits to protect the village. Others believed it was a test, reminding people of the importance of living a good and honest life. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain: no one could escape the watchful eyes of the river. And so, the villagers lived with respect and caution, knowing that Oji was always there, silently watching and waiting.